Hello everybody and welcome to really low effort content. So, I just finished the history and evolution of Gamera, so I'm like, why not do a little tier list, do it in celebration. I still hate being behind this camera, and I still hate it looking at me. It's staring into my soul, and I don't like it. Can we just get going with this? Looking at this, we got every single Gamera film, starting off with Gamera the Giant Monster, which... needless to say, this movie is not very good. It's kind of a ripoff, and it's not like horrible by any means, but it's not particularly like great in any way or memorable or fun. It's just kind of like, wait, does that say watermark? It's just kind of whatever. And compared to other kaiju movies, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. If anything, like the miniatures and the actual like horror aspect of it is not bad. So at least for like kicking things off and being that iconic, I think I have to put it at least at B, maybe A if I'm feeling good later on. We'll see how that goes. Gamera versus Baragon. This is the movie where the three stooges, haha funny, go to Kong Skull Island and they eat berries. What do? They go to like the Valley of Rainbows. That's what it is. I remember it sounded stupid. They go to the Valley of Rainbows and they get a big rock that turns into Baragon, which is an ice monster that is weak to water. The action's fine. The effects in this movie are rough, if I remember well. Like, you can just see Baragon with his big ass hind legs, and it's just kind of awkward all around. I don't know if it's the worst, right? I don't know if it deserves to be all the way at the bottom. But that being said, like, it's pretty lackluster. It's not there at the kid-friendly, funny stuff yet, but it's also, like, mature enough. That's not true. It's boring. I'm gonna put it at C for now. I'm gonna put it at C, because it is a step down from the original, but it's still not the worst. Okay, Gamera versus Gyaos. This is when things start taking a turn for the funny. This is the really violent one that kids, like, gravitated towards because, oh my god, Gamera's arm just fell off his freaking body and there's toes in the water, and that's cool. Gyaos is really iconic. The story to this one's nothing. I remember the story being nothing in this one. They got the two comedians that are fun. It's not great, but it's not bad. Do I put it at B? I think it goes in B. I think it's about the same enjoyment I get as the original. Gamera versus Virus. Okay, so this one is... this one's got a special place in my heart. So I watched this movie 3 times because this movie has 3 different cuts. This one has the original cut, the US cut, and then the director's cut, which is like a cut of the US cut that's longer than the original, but not as long as the US cut. And holy Christ alive, Jesus, oh, it's a fun movie, but when you watch it 3 times, my God, does it get agitating. At the same time, it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hysterical seeing these men like dance around with kids and do these stupid dances. I don't think they do any dances. I think I'm making that up in my head. Oh, it's really bad. The thing is, it's a really bad movie, but my God, is it fun. I think it's another B. It's a possibility it could squeeze up to an A later if I decide to. Gamera versus Giron. Okay, so I have a bit of a soft spot for this movie because one, the actual setting is different, which is more than I can ask for in these movies, for the love of God. And Giron actually has like a pretty cool design overall. The suit itself is not very well executed. It looks kind of like weird, but otherwise, I like the idea. I like the idea of like, take a knife, make it into a monster. That's neat. That's something new compared to like the ripping off of Godzilla that we've just been doing. And then there's a whole thing with like, the 2 ladies trying to eat the kid's brains, and they shave the one kid's head because, haha, we'll get you like a toy or something. That's real, by the way. That's 100% real. They're just like, we'll promise you a toy. You have a toy. Let's shave your head. It's got a soft spot in my heart. I don't think it's A. I do not think it's A. It's not that good, but I think it's going in B again. Oh my God, I am such a loser. Look at Gamera versus Jiger. Oh, what can be said about Gamera versus Jiger? It's just a movie. I think this is one of the weaker ones, honestly. I can't find much to like about it. The monster's not that cool. The pro wrestling stuff is cool. The actual fights they have are neat, and when Gamera throws a spear into his eye, that's also kind of cool. But like overall, I think it's going in C. I think it's not that good. So Gamera vs. Zigra is not good. I feel like it's not that bad. It's just like desperation, the movie. Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's just like we're trying so hard to keep your attention. We'll put a lady in a bikini here for no reason, just to make sure you're still watching. There's just not a lot going on. Zigra's beaten up a lot, and then he just dies by fireball. I don't hate this movie, but I think it kind of belongs in the D tier. I think it does belong in the D tier. I think it's probably the weakest of the bunch of the original series. Or I also might have spoken too soon. Gamera Super Monster. Holy sh... Wow. Oh, it's bad. Woo! Gamera Super Monster is just one of those movies that you watch like embarrassment. Have you had that experience before? Have you had that experience of watching a movie that you felt embarrassed to be watching? Like you don't want anybody, like you cover the curtains and you close up all the doors, you lock them all up to make sure nobody sees you watching this. That's what Gamera Super Monster is. It's really bad. And I get the feeling that this is going to be the one that has its supporters. This is gonna be the one, I guarantee it. I promise you. But it's just lazy, it's not really well done, it's too safe. It's too safe and it's not great. Hey, let's not film any new Gamera stuff. We'll just put like a suit here every once in a while that nobody hops into, but just reuse all the footage from the last movies. After you sat through all these last, 6, 7 other movies, you can watch the same thing again. What's the big deal? And that's with like pretty much every other Gamer movie already having reused a ton of footage. I can't, you know what? Hold on. Gamera Super Monster, you get the one and probably the only introduction to the poopy ass tier, because immaturity is funny, everybody. Alright, so Gamera Guardian of the Universe, this is where things get good. Notice those 2 empty slots at the top there? I think you know where this is going. So Gamera Guardian of the Universe, right, it's really cool. It establishes a new backstory with Gamera and Atlantis, and like Gyaos being a lot cooler, and they look terrifying, for the love of God. Crazy ass special effects. Oh my god, everything about it is really good. I think the one downfall it has is because it's the setup movie. It feels like it's kind of exposition heavy, so it kind of drags it down a bit. Other than that, it's kind of like a masterpiece, bro. It's one of the best kaiju movies ever made, hands down. Because that little downfall, I'm gonna put it in an A tier. I think that is a good place to put it. I don't think it's the very top, but it's still fantastic. Gamera 2 Attack of Legion. For those of you that know me, right, I love my horror movies. I love the horror aspect. I love the atmosphere of it, and I love the atmosphere of this movie. But the question I have to ask is, which one of these 2 movies is better, Gamera 2 or Gamera 3? And I can never answer that question. This one in its own right is very like self-contained, and it feels really fresh because it's something completely new, right, in the Gamera series. It's something that I don't think I've seen really, I mean, you could say like Mothra and stuff like that, right? They're bugs, but like, this is something else, man. This is damn cool. It's better than Gamera Guardian of the Universe. I think I can say that pretty easily. But does it deserve to be S tier? Yeah, it deserves to be S tier. It deserves to be S tier. It's at the top, baby. Gamera 3, the absolute Guardian of the Universe, or Revenge of Iris if you're cool. Oh god, this movie's so cool. It's like a drama first and foremost, but it's a good drama. Like, all things considered, for a kaiju movie about a giant turtle, it's damn good. I especially appreciate the fact that they don't decide to keep this big, stupid turtle, like this happy-go-lucky thing it was in the Showa era. It's morally gray now. Does that necessarily equate to a good movie? No, but what it does add to is just extra layers onto a character that wasn't really layered to begin with, especially not in the first 7 movies for sure. So Gamera having that, as well as having this whole character that has like this whole revenge thing going on with Gamera, that encompasses itself, or like encapsulates itself into this monster, it's really cool. It's really cool seeing that. And god damn, that finale is really so sweet. I think I've talked myself into it. Despite that mega laser beam that Gamera shoots in Gamera 2 that I don't think anybody could top. That's the coolest thing. The coolest, period. Gamera 3, I think, just slightly takes that cake. And lastly, Gamera the Brave, which I actually don't know what modern people think about this one. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I like it a good bit. I think it's pretty charming. I think it's really nice, but it's not super well executed. It's really cute. It leans more into that Showa era stuff, which is not a bad thing. But I don't know. I feel like people are gonna be all over the place with this one, and I'm not too sure where to put it, honestly, because I think it could very easily go in B. But it also kind of deserves an A, because it still is a well-made movie overall. It just doesn't hit those same marks. It has that little, you know what? I'll give it this. It has a little emotional moment in there at the end that really works out that the rest of them don't have, that the top three do. So I think I'm gonna stick this one up in A tier. I don't think it's as good of or fun of a watch as Guardian of the Universe, but I still think that's fair. So there it is. That's my tier list right there. It's probably like every other tier list I've seen, but you know, there's not much variation here. There's 4 good movies and the rest of them are not good. That's how it is. As a matter of fact, the fact that some of those guys are in B right next to those top 4 movies is a little insulting, quite frankly. But I can't deny that of sheer fun alone, right? Like, Virus deserves to be like up there. Nonetheless, I'm curious to know what you guys think. So if you guys want to tell me how absolutely wrong I am, even though I'm not, this is definitely the correct tier list. Let me know. Tell me what you think, and you know, we can maybe discuss it from there. We won't. I'm right, like I said. I don't need to hear your excuses. Nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in probably another tier list, honestly. These are kind of fun to do. Bye!